Did Anna Paulina Luna and Matt Gaetz see pictures or video of an alien body or alien bodies? Well, we just got an update, so let's talk about that and a whole lot more. It's time for another UFO News Roundup, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, so we get an update from Matt Laszlo at Askapol, where he asked Anna Paulina Luna and Matt Gaetz about this alleged video or these pictures that they were shown. So let's see what the Congress people themselves, had to say. Background. Source tells us Luna and Gaetz were briefed by some people that had a video of bodies. Askapol's told by a trusted source granted anonymity to discuss classified material. Current military, we inquire? Yes, they reply. So this is military footage, one presumes, from a crash site. Some are saying Roswell, but who knows? I mean, this could be like Virginia, right? Virginia, Brazil. So it could be anywhere. I mean, there's so many crashes, and yeah. Anyway, so Matt Gaetz says this. He confirms the classified briefing. We can confirm that we received a briefing with Representative Luna. We have no comment on the contents of that briefing at this time. Of course, that is what a spokesman for Gaetz says. So they can neither confirm nor deny they saw alien pictures, but they can confirm they went to the meeting. They don't deny the meeting. They don't deny the meeting. So Anna Paulina Luna was asked. Matt Laszlo said, a birdie told me that you had a briefing with Mr. Gaetz and you saw bodies. Luna says, I cannot discuss these things. You know that. I'm sure we'll have field hearings. No comment. Noteworthy. Luna doesn't dismiss, rebuff, or laugh off Askapol's question. And so great stuff. Anna Paulina Luna and Matt Gaetz went to this, briefing, this classified briefing. And when they were asked about pictures or images of alien bodies, they did not deny that. They said, we can't confirm that. But then Luna went further than that and talked about the field hearings, specifically, referencing UAP and UFOs. So clearly this was related to UFOs and UAP, and they don't deny they saw pictures or images of the bodies. Matt Laszlo has really good sources, and I tend to trust him on this. I think that's what they saw. Will we get that at the field hearing? Will they be somehow have more liberty to disclose this stuff at a field hearing? Probably not. This was probably a skiff and they can't talk about it. I mean, they're not talking about it. So I guess they're hoping that some of the witnesses they bring forward will be able to talk about it. And that's great. I hope, with all my heart that happens. But we need more than talk, guys. We need those pictures. We need that video. So whoever's holding this back, DOPS or whoever, needs to start clearing some stuff. Because we are living in the age of UFO disclosure, kind of, sort of. We're living in this nebulous state right now, where we have a lot of people in the know saying stuff and apparently being shown stuff, but they can't talk about it and they won't provide the evidence. So it's very frustrating because we know the evidence is just right there, right out of our reach. It's so frustrating, guys, but hopefully, that is just the calm before the storm, if you will, and we will get really juicy stuff in the near future. So fingers crossed for that. In other news, we got Adakam Mumy news. Check it out. X-ray scans of the new specimen with metal implants. Then I showed you the new specimen that closely resembles that other specimen that they had. I think that the new specimen is called Nakuri. And it's very similar to that other specimen. Both of them have these wing-like structures on the back. They're probably not wings. I mean, they could be wings. They don't look like they're functional arms or anything. I don't know what else they could be. But both seem to have been placed in the same position. when they were mummified or entombed. And just to clarify, some people aren't aware that at least some of the bodies display ritualistic mummification. Almost certainly by the human people of the time. So they are mummies, at least some of them. We don't know if all of them were ritually mummified, if they were actually mummies, but they've all been naturally mummified by the elements. So it's not wrong to call them mummies. But yeah, you get these points of similarity between the two specimens. They are very clearly of the same type of being, right? You have the little Nazca mummies that we're all familiar with, and then you've got a couple of the human-sized beings like Maria, and then you've got multiple of the giants, and now we have multiple of these winged guys, or I'm just going to call them the winged guys. I guess you can call them pointy heads or pointy headeds, but they are, obviously a distinct group of being among the Nazca mummies. And of course, apparently these specimens have been found outside of the Nazca region. At least one of them was recovered in Mexico. And there you go. There's X-rays. X-rays, yeah. It has eggs. It has eggs. It was female. Very interesting. And so we have different races of these being, or whatever, if race is the right word, different groups or breeds or whatever you want to call it of the Nazca mummies that are distinctly different in their morphology, but they have different races have eggs, so they were clearly of a type, right? There were different breeds or specializations or hybridizations, whatever they were, of some larger group or class of being, and they all have a lot of similarities. So really, really, really interesting. I mean, this is UFO disclosure, guys. This is UFO disclosure. We got bodies, y'all. We got bodies. I love it. Anna Polina Luna and Matt Gaetz can be shown pictures of bodies. We may or may not ever get to see those, but we do get to see this. And we get to study this and find out all about it. I love it. I love it. Meanwhile, check this out. This cool, this is from 2010, but this is the first time I've ever seen this weird looking jellyfish-like UFO.
We are very disconcerted by this thing in the sky.
What is this?
We don't know how to call it. Just watch carefully. And it's morphing itself. What can it be? This is in Mexico City. A video by one of our most respected sky watchers. But look, the lights and the strange dark like cloud or like strange substance around. I mean, these are the kind of sightings that we are having now in Mexico.
It's like a cloud and it has energy inside, or what?
And it's huge.
That's an awesome video. That is an awesome UFO. This weird looking, shape changing, crazy ass UFO video. I don't know what to think about that. They say a jellyfish here. Now, it doesn't look like a jellyfish to me, but it definitely looks like something extremely anomalous. So let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, check out this. This is really cool. This is wild. Lightning discharges between charged clouds and the Earth's surface are responsible for considerable damage and casualties. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but they are using lasers to guide lightning, laser-guided lightning, so that lightning doesn't just strike anywhere and cause harm. That it can actually be guided by lasers. That's pretty cool, guys. It's pretty cool. Not UFO related, but pretty cool. Meanwhile, check out this post from the Wand. This was really interesting, I thought. Sounds like the eyewitnesses to these April 2005 Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia UFO humanoid sightings probably passed the Gary Nolan UFO IQ test. Local shepherds tending their sheep at night have reported seeing large plate-shaped objects hovering close to the ground. They could see people that didn't look like humans. They were very tall, bronze, and shiny. Others have reported seeing the tall bronzed humanoids that reportedly have long arms and very long legs. This is why I thought this was interesting. According to locals, these humanoids show themselves only to certain type of people with higher thinking. It's this whole idea that you get with people interacting with the phenomenon, and I know this from personal experience, that you have to be at a high vibration level or a high consciousness level to achieve some of this contact. Not all of it, but a lot of this contact, especially what I think of as more other dimensional or higher dimensional contact. You have to kind of meet it halfway with your own consciousness. Seemingly. Obviously, your mileage may vary, but that has been my experience, that when I have had an extremely high vibrational level, that I have been able to have some amazing experiences. And when my vibes are low, as they get, from time to time, I don't have the experiences. When I was going to Reiki class, I had so many experiences. They were just coming like lightning. Now, not everybody had that. But when I stopped taking the Reiki class, my experiences have definitely declined. I've had some pretty cool experiences since then, but including my first out-of-body experience. But I haven't had the width and breadth and the frequency of experiences that I was having during that class. So, there's really something to this. And I think that is just such a fascinating aspect of the phenomenon. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, this was really cool. This was an example of remote viewing being used to find a missing person. And I wanted to share this with you. This is from Future Forecasting Group.
We worked in conjunction with the Honolulu Police Department. They were searching for Glenn. He was distraught, had a gun, and had disappeared, and they were very sure that he was going to kill himself. Well, we worked the session. Valtra and others worked it blind. In Valtra's session, she saw a man walking through the woods alone. She turned in her data, and I looked at it, and I said, I don't think so. He killed himself. And she said, no, I saw this guy walking through the woods. I said, he's been gone 3 days. He isn't just up there having a party in the woods. Well, they were looking for him on the island of Oahu, pretty good sized island, and where Valtra's...
Okay, I'm hearing some music in the background, so I'm not going to play the rest of the video. But yeah, so they use remote viewing. This lady does. And she is able to get a fix on him right in that region. And that is actually where he turned out to be alive. I don't think it was actually of much help to the police. I think he came out of that region voluntarily. But he was alive, and her remote viewing found him. And remote viewing has been used, I believe, successfully in conjunction with the police to find people. And so, yeah, a good practical use of remote viewing. And of course, Future Forecasting Group is the same group that predicted the attacks in Israel a week before they happened. The whole group of them. They were targeted. They had one target that they were supposed to be viewing, but the viewing was hijacked by some unknown force, and they all saw the Israel attack. They didn't know where it was, but they saw a lot of the details of the attack. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, this is really interesting too, but I've got to read it. Astronomers said a Chinese satellite is likely to be behind the green light beams seen over Hawaii on January 28, 2023, shortly before several foreign objects, including a Chinese surveillance balloon, were shot down by the U.S. Fire started on August 8th. Could it be linked? Well, I'm not going to get into the whole fire thing. There's a lot of stories and speculation about the fires. But one thing that can't be argued is these lights. What caused these lights? Were they caused by a Chinese satellite? Some sort of crazy new technology? Is that what we're looking at? I mean, that's kind of what it looks like, right? And it looks like something that would be coming from a satellite. I heard one story saying it was something to do with geographical mapping or surveying, but I am not buying that. I am not buying that explanation. So, yeah, what could have caused that? I wish I knew. If you have any ideas, let me know. Oh, meanwhile, we got more comments from Representative Andy Ogles on UAP technology.
These UAPs seem to defy physics. They seem to have some sort of propulsion technology that's unknown to man as we understand it. So what does that do to the energy sector? If there's a new, think about the amount of energy it takes to take a craft that's hovering and suddenly it's going Mach 1 in a matter of seconds. One, the human body can't sustain that as we understand it, right? So their craft would have to have next level technology to protect tissue, if you will, or it's an unmanned type of craft. So again, there's just a lot of questions that have to be probed. But again, if there is this propulsion technology out there and this energy capability out there, not only are we in a renaissance when it comes to aircraft, but we're in a renaissance in terms of propulsion and energy production and consumption. So again, huge implications across the economic scale, both domestically and internationally. These UAPs seem to defy physics.
Yes, they do, Andy. They really do. So there you go, Congress people coming around in terms of UFOs. I love it. I love it. They're got multiple congressmen talking about UFOs. That's amazing. Speaking of the Nazca mummies, this is a possibly related. This was a specimen from 2022. It was reported previously that it came from Colombia, but actually it was from Mexico. And weird looking little guy. Is that a hoax? I don't think that's a hoax. Could that have some sort of natural cause, some sort of mutation? Gary Nolan thinks the Adakam Mummy is a mutation, a human. I don't necessarily buy that. It had a whole bunch of deformities and genetic deformities, according to Gary Nolan. But could that be because of hybridization or tinkering? Is my question. So, human once or with human DNA, but heavily modified, because some of the Nazca mummies seem to have human DNA in them, right? So, anyway, I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what it is. What is that crazy looking being? I don't know. Here's a whole article about it. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. Meanwhile, in a related creature, now I have covered the Boyd Bushman story before. The first time I covered it, I kind of debunked it. But then new additional information came out that maybe he was right. Now, I believe he was a very sincere individual, but maybe what he was shown was BS. Maybe somebody pranked him. But then I saw stuff like this, that the images that he was shown clearly show movement of the eye, because the whole debunking was that there were dolls put out, right, that look exactly like that, and so that was used to debunk the pictures that he was given, from Area 51, and there's Boyd. There's Boyd. He worked for Lockheed Martin. I said Area 51. It's been a while since I reviewed Boyd Bushman's information, but Lockheed Martin. So these dolls were used to discredit that information. Did the dolls come after? Did they come before? I don't really know. Some people are saying the dolls did come before, but could the dolls have been designed to look like a real being? I don't know. But the pictures that he was given show eye movement of the being. And the dolls don't have moving eyes. So, let me know what you think. Okay, I think that's about it for today. But before I close, I wanted to let you guys know that I talked to Joey Is Not My Name, the researcher that did a lot of research and investigation into my Carrera story. And he did some really heavy digging into my Carrera story. And I can't say much about what he told me. I'm sworn to silence. I'm so sorry. I hate doing that, and he hates doing that. Mike hates doing this, but I understand the reasons why they have to do that. I know. Trust me, bro. I know. I wish they could show, or, Mike could show what he has been, given access to. And maybe even the people helping him wish that as well. But it is what it is. And Joey's Not My Name was able to confirm that Mike Herrera went to a black site. And, I can't tell you how Joey, or not Joey, was able to come by that information. I know what that is, but revealing that would actually do some harm. So, yeah. So, again, trust me, bro, right? I hate that. But it is what it is. And, so Joey Is Not My Name was able to confirm that Mike Herrera went to the black site that Mike Herrera says he went to. And, Mike Herrera talks about the psionics that were there and other things that he has discussed publicly. And if you haven't seen the interviews that he did with me and others, definitely check those out, because there's some real game-changing information in the material and the information that he's able to present. And Joey Is Not My Name did some great investigative work, and he was able to confirm a big piece of Mike's story. So really great stuff, guys. And let me know what you think about that and everything else covered today. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. I'd love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support the channel in a bigger way, please consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.